tonight. From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Godd and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them now in his 8th year in the NFL.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Graham will throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
And that flag accepted.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. It's Griffin, and he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
On 2nd down, Graham. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Graham to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Carroll. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran in his 9th season now in the league.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now,
and right away, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now a toss here, short side. And he is going to lose yardage here.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play action now. Graham. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They go play action with Graham. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Graham looking to throw on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. On 3rd down, Britton. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 2nd down, here's Graham. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Graham. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. On play action, Graham. Rolling to his right. He finds his man, complete. That's Carroll. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
A operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the left side. Britton, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Graham. He finds his man, complete. It's Carroll.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Here's Graham to throw it. Caught here by Griffin.
And he will have the Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Britton gets by him at the 25. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Britton, and he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Britton. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Graham going to set up to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play. Taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Graham, quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Britton, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Britton, and he will have a Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now Graham on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Britton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give, right side. Britton, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Britton. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Graham. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffin.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
On 2nd down, Britton.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. They'll throw on 1st down with Graham. His pass caught at the 4. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Britton, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's short. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Flynn.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
2nd and 5. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But
Yeah.
let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And his kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
1st down. Here's Graham.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Graham here from the shotgun.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing now, Graham on 1st down.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to two guys already on our team. That's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's Cooper. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. On 2nd and 15 now. Cooper throwing the out route incomplete. That's Little. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cooper looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Griffin, just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. It's taken to the 26. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Roberts from the gun on 3rd down. The completion to Riddick. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, it's Griffin.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Roberts.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
2nd down and 3.
Cooper will look to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Cooper on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cooper. He finds his man. Complete. It's Little.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
4 yards the pickup. 1st down. Up the middle they go. Foot.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. foot. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Roberts. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. They'll try the left side. Griffin. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
He finds Riddick complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. The throw over the middle, taken in.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Griffin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll keep it on the ground. Griffin. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. To throw is Roberts. To throw on 3rd down.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now out come the Steelers.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Throwing again on second down. Cooper. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Little.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They'll look to throw again. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The Steelers on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man, complete. That's short. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Griffin. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands. Whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? On third down, Griffin. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Steelers set to take the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Cooper got his man complete over the middle. That's Little. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Looking to throw. Cooper.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Cooper. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Griffin, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Griffin, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Griffin, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Cooper on 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cooper. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. back to throw again. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Griffin. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Operating from the gun, Roberts. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now Cooper throwing on 1st down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Cooper throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Over the middle, complete. That's Little. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Cooper now on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Little. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, Cooper. He finds his man, complete. That's short. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. To throw again on 2nd down. Cooper got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
from 10 yards out. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And incomplete here. So that will leave him with 16 on the clock. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.